sleep in here on Twitch. You know, just doing streams, streaming games, having a good time. Hello. Is this thing working? Ah, yes, there it is. Sorry. Audio test. Doing audio tests while the loading screen loads. Alright, so we've got all sorts of stuff. So I am in the town of Gilded Vale. This is pretty much right after the beginning of the game, where we started in Cleont Lys. At least I think how that's pronounced. That's how. At least I think that is how that's pronounced. I've already done this. Actually, let me see where. Keep out of trouble. There's a lot of text in this. This is, so for those of you who aren't familiar with Pillars of Eternity, this game was released last year by Obsidian and Paradox Studios. This was actually funded entirely on Kickstarter. Powered by the Unity engine, which gets a lot of a bad rep, but it looks pretty great. Plays pretty well for a console version. I owned this for PC. Unfortunately, my laptop at the time crashed and its hard drive broke. So until actually just a couple weeks ago, I was down a laptop capable of PC gaming. So I wasn't able to play it. Managed to pick up the console version for $20 during a holiday sale. So I'm very happy with this.
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra petal to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it.
Yeah, some of the dialogue is voiced, some of it isn't. I've noticed. So, wait. Check out... Hmm. Suppose I'll want to go into these ruins then. Check this place out. See if there's anything interesting down here. Oh. There's a dude. Oh, you know, let's see if I can go get his sword for him. Oh, what an asshole. Hmm. I'll find them. Let's find these dead priests. See what we can do. Interesting. So let's see. We've got... Oh. I don't know what Audra is, but it seems... Oh, it's an ingredient item. Ah. Alright. Oh. Oh, it's a spirit. We'll do some attacks.
I'll get the next one. I'll teach you a lesson.
Alright. Let's give it a good old looping shot.
Gotta have something here that works. Slow down. We got time to catch our breath.
You got it? Ah, sweet. What's in here? Oh, nothing else, huh? Alright. Let's keep exploring around this temple here. Oh, so, I should probably... How do I open... Oh, another... Oh, it's a spider.
does it?
It's what?
I'll take a peek.
What's that marker there for? Oh, yet another one.
I'll get the next one. I'll teach you a lesson. Now, where were we?
So I'm trying to figure out how the hell I access my... Oh, character sheet. I keep forgetting how the radial menu works. So yeah, so I am playing a Wood Elf Ranger with the backgrounds as a hunter from the Living Lands. Which I only vaguely remember what that means because the lore of this place is... The lore of this game is kind of deep and nuts. But still really, really cool. For those of you who are a big fan of old classic style CRPGs like Baldur's Gate and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend this game. Let's see what we got. We've got... Oh. Oh shit, things are going crazy. Huh. Interesting. So we got a little graphical bug on that door there. Or I guess it's not a door, I guess it's a wall. Oh, what do we got here? A sculptor. Oh, another one.
I won't go down so easily. I'll teach you a lesson.
Ugh, I could be in some trouble. Alright, so how do I... Inventory... How do I use this? Still trying to figure out the interface. How do I... Slot can't be changed during combat. What's this? Oh, well, I guess I'm screwed then.
What's the hurry? Let's relax a while.
Oh, I lived. Thank fuck. So what is this? Fine sword. What's this? Oh, money. Alright, what else do we got? More money. Books. Alright, so... Alright, so... So what is... Let me see. I'm still trying to figure out how everything works. Like I said, I've only about like an hour and a half into this game. Let's put that in another weapon set and see what we can do with that. So we got some quick items over here. Let's put some stuff into quick item slots. Ooh.
Consider it done. I see where you're going with that.
So it looks like I can't. Pick that lock. Oh, it looks like there's a hidden door to this room. Let's see if we can do differently with this this here melee weapon. Well,
I won't go down so easily.
let's, how do I use quick items? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Oh, well. I have died. Because I am bad at video games. I hope it doesn't load me back at the beginning of this place. It'll kind of suck. Yep, it sure did. Well... Well... Let's, see what we can do with all this. I should remember to save more often.
So that. That's how it's gonna go? What's the hurry? Let's relax a while.
Alright, so we know what's in this next room. Let's see. Should we go? Spiders. Spooderman.
I'll teach you a lesson.
What's in the box? Nishit's note. Let's see what we got here. Examine. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Visitors to the ritual floor, Rectrix Abricus says, redemption for even these. Forgotten struck the largest bell first rather than the second. The rest is illegible. Well, I think maybe something like this axe here could be better for... Oh, another box. Camping supplies. I still haven't figured out how camping works yet. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Sure.
Am I getting wrecked by a spider?
It's not what I... was expecting. Show him how it's done! Show him how it's done!
Alright.
It's not what I was expecting. hurry? Let's relax a while.
Alright, oh, nope. How do I disable that? Okay. A letter home. Pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dripped across the scroll, obscuring its contents. Yeah. Kinda sucks that I don't have any other, like, party members or anything yet. Kinda helps soak up some of this damage that I keep taking. She attack, but she also attack.
Show them how it's done!
And I am...
So that's how it's gonna go?
God, being a low-level character in an RPG sucks. Hello, spider friend.
Show them how it's done! Show them how it's done!
Oh, well, that explains why. I'm majorly fatigued.
That's how it's gonna be. Let's wash that down with an antidote.
Of course I missed. Jesus. I am just getting my ass destroyed.
What's the hurry? Let's relax a while.
That's not the... Hey, it's that spirit that shows up again. Alright, so... in here already. So let's figure out... camp. And receive a camping bonus. Just wilder. Yeah, let's do damage reduction. We'll rest. Ooh. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open. They are empty, and behind them is vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake. The foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath is still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Oh. Party gained experience. Oh, well then. That's good. Now I know where I want to go in terms of game progress, so let's just quickly save here. Right.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Oh wow, I am doing much better.
It's done.
Yeah, I guess I should pay attention to whether I'm well rested or not.
And that's how it's done.
Ooh. Let's grab these books again. We did it last time. Ooh, a scroll. Oh, and that's that dude's fine sword. No, whoops. So let's really pop that on this weapon slot here. Let's not dual wield. I can imagine if it's anything like D&D, there's probably some kind of penalty for doing something like that.
Consider it done.
Yeah, no. I do not have the mechanics skill enough for that. But let's get a wounding shot on this guy. Yeah, now that I'm well rested, this combat thing is going much, much better. Yeah, I guess I really should be paying a lot more attention to my status effects. Now that I'm figuring out how all this is working, it seems to be going a lot more nicely. Alright, so now we got past those guys. Vermin have scoured these plates. The mold still grows in green-black clumps across the table. Well, let's just keep on quick saving. And that good old PC gaming method. Hi, friend. Oh, Lord, what is that?
That's how it's gonna be.
Oh.
It's not what I was expecting. Show him how it's done!
Alright, is this gonna do any better? Let's find out. Oh, nope. You know, maybe I should come back down here later. This seems a little... This seems a little tough. I feel like I'm supposed to be coming back down here when I have more people in my party. So after this loads, why don't we head back up to the surface? Ooh, excuse me. Let's head back up to the surface. We can always come back here. Explore a little bit later. It me. Yeah, let's yeah, let's travel back up to Gilded Vale. I have the feeling now that we've unlocked that that crazy dream sequence, that we can figure out what's really going on and actually progress the main quest. I can't believe it never occurred to me to fucking rest. Alright, so let's head back over to that debt tree. Oh man, she's glowing. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings. There is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with a new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What did you mean, when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived a Biawak. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
So what's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I had other questions.
Of course, dear.
I guess I don't.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Ooh. Level up. Alright. Let's... Yeah, let's put that into mechanics so I can deal with some traps. I don't need lore. What am I doing? Lore is for magic users. Let's see. So, survival. Alright, let's see. Let's put in some points in athletics. This unlocks. Let's see. So, swift aim, speedy, reducing accuracy but increasing fire rate and reload time with ranged weapons and attack rate with melee weapons. Okay. Instant weapons. Let's do marked prey. That sounds good. Yeah, let's level up. Smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
Oh, that's morbid. What are you talking about?
People hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Jesus.
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Huh, so you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Round here, we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead.
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Aothas. Overthrows Red Saris, marches on Deerwood, so we gave him a Deerwoodian hello. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Redrick sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kulsk, plotting Redrick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. So Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later. If not for plotting against Redrick, then for protecting me.
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Wademan's legacy started with Wademan. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Gettin. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree. All right then, guess I'll do some sightseeing. As long as you're not the one picking the sights.
I like this guy already. Yeah. Got me a, Woohoo, I got a party member. Sweet. Alright. Let's see what else there really is to do in town here. I actually haven't looked all that much. So let's see. Road East, Windmill, Ingrid's house, Offer's house, Blackhound Inn, Aloth. Who's Aloth? Road South, Road West, Blackhammer Smithery, Road East. Alright, let's figure out who Aloth is. Maybe Aloth. I don't know. Oh. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy Adira manners are worth. You don't take that kind of treatment. Not from foreigners, and especially not from Adirians.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Eh.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
What is... Sounds like 2 different people. What the hell is going on here?
That's where you're wrong.
Oh boy. Alright, so I have second windmill. Seems like it would be pretty good.
And that's how it's done.
The last of the attackers falls, and the elf turns to you. The tension almost gone from his
Not
smooth
quite
face.
how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood. You note the remains of fraying embroidery in his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
How did you manage to get stuck out here? He laughs uncomfortably. That is something of a long story.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gettin ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Biawick.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks? I want to know what's up with this dude.
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. I heard the same thing. Just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile. Biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. What are you doing in Gilded Vale?
Excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a... Indeed. In that case, welcome to Gilded Vale, a true refuge from civilization.
You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
This guy's kind of suspicious. But he says he's a wizard, so sure.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
I'll have another party member. Sounds good to me. I'll take that dagger. Well, let's do some inventory. So what's Adair got going on here? He's got a saber. Olaf here's got a rapier and a scepter. Assuming he's got the lore to use that. So, how do I... Alright, well, we will... just put that old fine sword right up there. Yeah, we'll just move all this extra stuff to the stash. Oh, actually, did I read this? Hold a note. My dear Naughton, please be safe. Know that whatever happens, I love you still. Letter home. Examine. Mother, I have asked Brother Edric to carry this letter to you. Free trials to New Haomar come morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease the surprise of an unexpected homecoming, for I mean to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Rectrix Obrica will not approve, but the letter trails off here. Do a little rearranging. This elf wizard dude seems kind of suspicious, but... Alright, so what do we got here? Just some NPCs hanging out. The Black Hound. Boy, this is a deep game when it comes to its mechanics. Oh boy. Let's see what this woman's soul has. You see a long, empty road cutting through two large crop fields. The air is silent, and the land seems too still for an early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing the air, her nose high. Her brow crinkles, and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. Fire? She looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the fields again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. Ooh, what does this guy have to say? What's his soul? You see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist into the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists, and feet, with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, three smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the center. He breaks a chair over a tattooed head, cackling. The trio position themselves in three parts of the room, and with a terse nod they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all three slump to the ground in an agony that's all in their minds. The burly man bows to a room of the unconscious and incapacitated before sauntering out, off-key whistle trailing behind him. Shane shakes Morgan. You see an emaciated boy in chains, black holes for eyes, staring sightlessly at a wall. A man in a dark coat walks in, a scroll and oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him, expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man clucks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limbs hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finishes with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbols to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally, the glow disappears, leaving only hard black scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching, eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking him on the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black like the holes, the twitches growing into convulsive shakes. What the hell is... Oh, that's why... Is that why he's called Shakes? Yo, what? What is with the people in this town? Let's go to the bottom floor of the inn and see what we got here. Let's take a look at this guy. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he's doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking toward the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near the practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is sudden, explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses his last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds, then slowly turn to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. What's this lady got going on? You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after the other, careful deliberation uncut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Oh, excuse me. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen. Anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Huh. Yeah, he can have the scroll. What's going on, randos?
How do you do?
I'd like a room, please. We'll rest. So that must be the front door. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean. Y'all, what are you doing over there?
Good day to you.
I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Let me see what I have to work with. I'll just... regular... Let's see. Yeah, I'll take the camping supplies. Alright, cool. Let's go back out into town. See what else there is here. This is a neat first intro area. I actually really like the way they've set up this world. It's really cool. What's up, randos? And what else is there? Oh, now that we've got some people with us, we could head back out into the temple. See if we could tackle some of those tougher enemies. We were doing okay by ourselves down there. But now that we've got 2 additional party members to help deal with the enemies down there, this should be kind of a cakewalk, I would think.
Welcome.
Yeah. Can't even give him his sword back. It's whatever. Alright, so where have I been? Most of this half of the effort level. Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta go over there. No, wait, nope, that's not right. Bloop. Zoom in. All right. Yeah, let's save right over here. This is where we were headed before. What is this? These clapstones are pocked with burrows and narrow crevices, claw marks and dung mark passage of beasts. No kidding. A trap? Oh, Jesus.
How it's done!
Oh, Lord.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Good God. That was kind of sad. Let's see, what spell word amulet. Properties, spell defense bonus. Alright, I'll put that on. Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Alright. Some more prey here. Oh. Haze fills the air, coalescing steadily into a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into the outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. But stronger than sight is the sense, within you, of a powerful energy. It roils and seethes with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them until the sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards you and into you, and suddenly you are elsewhere. Before you is a brightly lit stone corridor, lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps echoing off the stone around you. You forgot to tie your sandals, and they're slipping from your feet, fouling your steps. You're late. Again. The rite's going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell, and your spirits lift as you recognize the familiar warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in the night sky and last to fade in the dawn light. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. The lights fade, as does the memory, and when your eyes clear, the spirit is gone. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you all right? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Oh, that is interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived at Biowac. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Is there anything else here? Powerful odor of spices rises from one of the dishes. Vibrant dyes and green seeds fill the others. Alright. So I was honest with him. We'll see if that comes to bite me in the ass. Oh, what is this? 3 bells hang from the protrusion that runs along this wall. Ears of dust and grime coat the metal. There is a large bell at the center, flanked by 2 smaller ones. Examine the bells. The bells appear to be fully intact. They are made of a thick iron and look very heavy. There doesn't appear to be much out of the ordinary about them.
I see where you're going with that.
Oh. So I have to figure out how to open the door. Well, let's see if we can talk to... what's his face at the entrance? He might know how to get me through that door. Alright, so where is...
How do you do?
I reached a strange door by some bells. Do you know how to open it? It's over by the scriptorium with all the books. And Sculder, too.
Good day to you.
This place is overrun.
Good day, stranger.
Alright, so... oh, I wonder if it's... I wonder if... let me see. Book of Verses. Let's examine this. Alright, let's see if we can find ourselves the clues to how to open. Tattered journal. Oh, that's the friggin' journal I found earlier in my beginning of the game. Let's move that torch to inventory. Is that a lockpick? Yeah, let's take that lockpick. I feel like I'm missing something. Largest... okay, so second... forgot to instruct the largest bell first rather than the second. Interesting. Alright, so... see if there's any more clues we can find. Well, we saw that earlier.
Consider it done. There. What did I tell you?
A crossbow. Hmm. Let's see. Alright, so maybe it's...
Consider it done.
Nope. Alright, so... Hmm. Let's see. Person has the tunnels. Apparently first and last. Alright, so let's see. Am I missing something here? The right hand, which has a distinctive. Alright, so first, the right hand with a distinctive warped tone to it. So which one? Oh. Well, shit. Well, works for me. And we're in. Let's check out this lower level.
That's strange looking back. All the time I spent here growing up. Never seeing what was coming.
Ooh. What this? Oh, a spirit. We'll get him.
Lava will be on sick.
Show how it's done!
Curses!
I just have to try something else.
Alright, cool. Spirit residue. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Oh, shit.
Not shown the wit feather yet!
I'll teach you a lesson.
Oh. Cool. Ow.
This calls for a subtle touch. There. What did I tell you?
Fine greatsword. I bet you could use that. Alright, let's... Let's rest down here.
Lava will be on.
Alright, let's see. So, yeah, I'll do aggressive.
Lava will be on sick.
Oh, sneaky.
Lava will be on sick.
So that's how it's gonna go.
More spirit residue. That's this door. Okay. Phantom. That's one per encounter. What have you got? Assault. Is it immune to the damage I'm doing?
I won't go down.
Sorry, Pupper. Alright. Well, seeing as I'm the Dark Souls player, I gotta check every nook and cranny I can. You douchebag. Oh, you son of a gun.
Curses!
Time to watch her. I'll teach you a lesson. Show them how it's done.
What is happening?
Curses! Damn it! We gotta take better care of Alof.
Alright. Let's figure out what we're doing here. Oh, let's use a potion. Alright. Sorry about that, dudes.
Show them how
Oh, Christ.
it's done.
We gotta take better care of Alof.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Cloak of an priest.
I'll
Neat.
teach you a lesson.
Oh, for God's sake. Whoa! Oh no.
Curses! You're not getting through me. Curses!
Stop. Alright. Oh, that...
I'll teach you a lesson.
Fuck, that's it?
Show him how it's done.
Fuck, totally not worth the fucking savage beating I just took. Alright, so now we've got that whole section mapped out. So we've only got maybe 2 more rooms. Let's see where else there is. There's another room over here. Oh wait, shit, I forgot to change.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Quick items. We'll generate some endurance. Crumpled note and some money. Alright, let's... Inventory. Minor ring of protection. Alright, sounds good. We'll just... stash. Let's do that. That seems... Let's put that regular sword there. What's this note say? The letter is fairly intact, though the parchment itself has been crumpled. Gesture. I know that the temple baths boast great healing properties and that your back ails you still. Still, I would ask that, if you were to indulge for the greater part of the day, you give over your key to the sanctum to someone else for the safekeeping. This is not the first time we've been forced to wait to perform the day's rites in Redrick's Obrikas, often too far below to hear our knocking. that goes further down.
This calls for a subtle touch.
I wonder...
I'll have it in no time.
Shadow, shadow, and a shadow.
Show 'em how it's done!
Crucible of the soul. Different.
Come on, not like this. You're not...
So that's how it's gonna go?
Come on, not like this. Leave it to me.
Welp. I got fucking wrecked. Maybe I should have played a melee class. My first time through a game. Probably would have made things a lot easier. Oh god, it's been all...
strange looking back. All the time I spent here growing up. Never seeing what was coming.
Ah, well, shit. All the way back here. Well, considering the time, I think this is actually where I'm gonna call it for tonight. Thanks everybody for popping in who wanted to stop by and just kind of hang back and relax and play a little different of a game than normal for the stream. But I hope you all enjoyed just relaxing and enjoying your time here on the stream, and we'll see you next time.